Dear partners, family members, friends, alumni, INSEAD faculty, staff, and viewers from around the world, dear participants, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the INSEAD Global Executive MBA class of 2021! I would also like to welcome, I only have 10 minutes, so give me a... I would also like to welcome the GEMBA21, GEMBA22, GEMBA22, who will join this makeup reunion. Can I hear it from them and for them too, please? Welcome. Thank you, everyone, for coming to help us mark this very special day. I'm Peyer, Dean of the EMBA program, and I will serve as Master of Ceremony today. I'm joined here on stage by INSEAD's Deputy Dean Peter Zemsky and our alumni speaker, Dr. Margarita Fontana, GEMBA 2009, the Global Director at Dow Chemical, and I will introduce each one in turn shortly. But let's give them a round of applause to start. Dear GEMBA21, today we celebrate your achievement of completing the INSEAD Executive MBA program, where the E could also stand for extreme. It is a challenging program in any normal year, but the COVID pandemic has added a layer of complexity, anxiety, worry, that none of our earlier graduates, even in 2009, had experienced. And I really want to also thank your loved ones, friends, colleagues, for their support. Because without their support, I am sure your EMBA journey would have been even more difficult or even impossible. Please help me give a warm round of applause to our guests here today, your friends and family. Thank you. It is really a real joy to see you here today and to really know that you have risen to the challenge of your EMBA. You have adapted to the situation, you've embraced the new situations. And I wanted to give you a few examples. Do you remember the different reactions that we had at the start of the pandemic? I do vividly remember the Europe section was there, and we were deliberating whether that thing would go away within a day or maybe a week. But certainly by the next module, we would be back to normal. So thank you very much for moving with us online to continue your growth journey and to now come back so numerously for electives, for KMCs, and for your in-person graduation. It's wonderful to see all of you here. We were, and we are still to some extent, missing the global dimension of the GEMBA. As traveling is a little bit difficult, but it has become a lot easier, except maybe some of you are missing some luggage, I understand. No? But when we could fly, you did. And I know while we had a virtual graduation ceremony in December 2020, many of you somehow were together on the screen in Dubai and other hubs around the world. So you have literally been able to overcome the physical distances by connecting in every place of the planet, basically. Who else had made so many friends in 2020 than you have? It's just amazing. A lesson I've taken away from the pandemic is that we can teach and learn online. It's challenging if you obviously signed up for an in-person program, but the transition from a learning perspective, I think, has worked quite well. Networking even has also worked, but it's called networking, okay? So bear with me. Actually, this is something that we have learned to embrace as an EMBA program, and this sort of networking has worked quite well. But it's something else that the EMBA is really about. And this is more about relationships. This is more than a click on LinkedIn. It is these bonds that you can establish and you do establish when you get very close to each other through the leadership development program, through the group works, and the coffee chats, and everything in between, and including Dubai. So it is something that I think we were missing, and I'm super happy that you do embrace the opportunity every moment to come together to keep on building the relationships, not just your network, here at INSEAD. In fact, the concept of this online connection we have established now with INSEAD very deeply, and I want to just invite you to also consider joining what we call the iLink platform, a way of mentoring each other. Over 8,000 alumni have already signed up, so please do and also use those dimensions for networking reasons in addition to the relationship building. All to say, thank you very much for moving online in the early days of the pandemic. Thank you very much for pushing to really keep our relationship building stronger and stronger every day, and for enriching your journey thanks to your initiatives all around the world. Now, besides my admiration for you to connect and keep supporting each other during these trying times, you have also left real legacies, and I have time to at least mention one. Massimo, is Massimo here? Massimo, where's Massimo? Back there, all right. He's sort of a GEMBA21, 22, and a GEMBA forever, but he has helped us to connect with CERN, which is this research center in Switzerland and France, and really create a new course, a new KMC, that is around deep tech. And it's really a combination of two institutions, the CERN, who knows the deep tech and innovates on that, and a global institution like INSEAD with lots of entrepreneurial spirits and lots of international horsepower. The two of them together have led to great new ideations and great new inventions that really help not just the profit, but also the progress in society. And for example, one of the outcomes was that they used a stabilizing chip that was developed at CERN to combine it with a handheld X-ray machine that can now help underserved remote areas to benefit from a quick scan and diagnosis. So congratulations on all the entrepreneurial spirits. Thank you also, Massimo, for helping us make these connections. Having met with many of you over the last few months and last week, I can tell your connectedness is wonderful, and just what we've heard at the start here, it's at least the noise of 1,000 people. So thank you for being a wonderful cohort. And you've done this, again, despite the pandemic. Now, to some extent, you were unique in facing this pandemic. But ever since, it turns out that classes have faced a very unique challenge. The current one is facing the challenge of the Ukraine war, and also you as alumni have really helped us step up, connect, use the alumni community to support our students, our current participants and our alumni, to help them in the suffering that is sort of built on this geopolitical adversity. The war and its terrible consequences are not the only challenge that the world is facing, obviously. Nonetheless, having seen so many of you back on campus in the last week and now, really gives me great hope, because our community, your community of GEMBA21s, can and does lead the way to a better and more inclusive world. You're not only equipped with the knowledge of an executive MBA, but also with the power of an INSEAD network and the drive to make the world a better place. I wish you, each and every one of you, continued success and impact with the people around you here and in your daily lives. Keep connected, and thank you for all you're doing now as alumni to spread the INSEAD values around the world. Good luck, class of 2021. Thank you. Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce our Deputy Dean, Peter Zemski. Peter is Deputy Dean and Dean of Innovation and the Eli Lilly Chair of Professor of Strategy and Innovation. Peter's been a faculty member at INSEAD since 1994 and actually held the role that I now have and created it even, so he knows all about it. And he's been a member of the leadership team of INSEAD since 2010. As Deputy Dean, he's responsible for external relations, including fundraising, alumni relations, and communications. As Dean of Innovation, he's responsible for anything exciting that the school does. Okay? So basically, digital strategy, San Francisco hub, you name it, anything that is great and innovative, that's Peter leading. In addition to his leadership, he's also an excellent scholar of economics of strategy, and his lectures, also online now, are really a hit and have won many, many awards for digital and online learning. I'm very happy to have him here with us to give the address of the Deputy Dean. Thank you, Peter. Please help me welcome Peter.
Wow.